Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for June 2023. More like the mid to late June, of course, since it is towards the end of the month. Oh, I'm choking. Bad timing. Anyway, this will be for the sign of Virgo. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. If you have been here before, you might have noticed we didn't have a reading come out earlier in the month. That's because just for the next couple of months, I'll be cutting back to one reading per sign per month, probably until the fall. I have a lot of other projects going on. I'm going on vacation in July. However, I will still try to get your reading out either early July or it'll be late July because I'll be tied up the middle of July. So that's just a little information going forward, because I know I do have a few Virgo fans out there. And I would like to remind you again, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. I hope to see you again for the next one. So what message will Virgo most benefit from going forward as we close out the month of June 2023? Couple more cards, please, for the message for Virgo. Okay. Very well. Here we go. Got the Two of Diamonds, King of Hearts, Ten of Hearts. I saw that come out, and that's fantastic. And the Eight of Diamonds. Wow. Something going on here in your finances that are turning out pretty sweet, but something's also making you phenomenally happy this month, Virgo. This King of Hearts now could be a some kind of authority figure, some kind of person around you who is a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or this could be you. If it's somebody around you, you see them again as some kind of authority figure. They have some kind of power, at least in your mind. They have some kind of status. This could be you as well, especially if you have water in your chart. And standing in your king position here, you have very, very fine control over your emotions at this time. And some kind of emotional balance or clarity may have come upon you. And you might feel that. I pick you up, you might feel that. You might sense that anyway. Like, just thinking about it, you're like, yeah, I've been so emotionally centered these days. So emotionally happy. Maybe something from the outside has made you, or I shouldn't say made you, but has helped you come to this place. Because look at this Ten of Hearts. This is like the ultimate celebration card. And it is closing out a cycle in your life. So if something has come along, maybe financially, but I don't think that's ultimately what makes us that happy. It's certainly not in the Ten of Hearts energy. I don't know. It just looks like you have some phenomenal success in your emotional life these days. I'll just leave it at that until we see more here. But the Two of Diamonds talks about balance and finances, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. Things are particularly nice in the financial arena. And the Eight of Diamonds is some kind of solo effort that's paying off for you. It could be entrepreneurial. I'll have to turn more cards to see if it's going to lead us down that path. But this is about you taking the initiation in a direction that your hard work and effort is finally paying off, or it will pay off very soon. Let's see what we got going here. Seven of Clubs. Wow, Seven of Spades, internal energy here. Five of Clubs. And the Queen of Clubs. So the first thing that pops out, you've come to some kind of realization. Okay? Let me just try to get my brain around this. So this is about hidden information or reaching some kind of epiphany, something becoming evident to you, some information coming to light, maybe about a person. in the past, I feel like you were in this place of needing to get unstuck in some way. And I think you've put those changes into motion because with the Five of Clubs, this is indicating a change. It's a need for a renovation. Like the old way of doing things, the old cycle, it was stuck, it was stagnant, and I feel like that's already been put in motion. That's not what you're facing going forward in June. I feel like that's already happened, and it may very much have to do with this ultimate happiness. The King of Hearts and the Ten of Hearts here that I was talking so much about earlier, just a minute ago, right? It's like you found the secret to your happiness in some way. And it was like the enlightenment moment with the Seven of Spades. Again, something that you finally realize this is what you need. And that change has occurred. And you were desperate because you were in this stuck situation. Now, it could involve some kind of fire sign energy. This is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Not necessarily. This still could be you. If you do have strong Leo, not Leo. Well, it could be a Leo. For some reason, I blurted that out. You could have strong fire in your chart. If not, it's somebody around you who has some possibly nurturing qualities. This is a very generous and supportive individual, again with some kind of status and power in the queen position. Maybe that has helped initiate this change in some way. Maybe they've, I don't know. I feel like they've assisted you in some way. I'm not quite getting how. Only you would know how that applies to your situation, of course. Let's see if we can draw more cards out for Virgo for June 2023. Fantastic reading so far. Okay, there it is. Three of Diamonds. You have some kind of decisions here to be made around finances. So, not exactly what I was expecting, because there is a little bit of financial energy coming out today, but this is about some clarity that needs to happen. In other words, you're unclear about a direction to go financially, maybe how to spend money or save money or perhaps make money. Really, it could cover a lot of different things. But the thing to just kind of highlight here is the three indicates being pulled in a couple different directions. Maybe because now you do have this balance with the Two of Diamonds. And I feel like it's the result of some kind of effort you've put in. Again, hard work, working towards something. And now you're in a position of having extra income. Maybe there's decisions to be made around that. Like, okay, we don't want to just spend it without thinking about it, right? And look, another emphasis here on financial opportunities coming your way. This is opening doors for you. Whatever changes you made, it's definitely tied up with your happiness, and I'm seeing more and more it might be tied up financially. Maybe with some kind of job change. Something you needed to be, I'm hearing something you needed to get out of that was, you were feeling trapped. And you realized this was the source of your stress. Maybe you've had health problems. I'm hearing that. You've had health problems going on maybe for the past few months. You finally realized it was affecting you. And you were in this stuck energy, and the change needed to happen. Well, look at that. You just opened up your flow of abundance as well. And I have often said, maybe not in your readings, Virgo, but in other readings I know, I talk about how we put too much energy in one area of our life. It blocks the flow of abundance or love or whatever it is that's missing. And now you've freed that up, you see. Whatever change you've made has freed up this flow. And being in this fantastic Ten of Hearts energy, just being content and happy and satisfied creates more. It amplifies it. It multiplies. All of the above. Four Hearts, yeah, what was I just talking about? This is support and being cared for, nurtured, especially around the home. So maybe some things improved in your home life, maybe in a relationship, especially if with the Two of Diamonds energy you were involved with somebody and finances got better. You're feeling more support in some way. because it's probably stressing them out. So when we, emotionally we're not available for many reasons, but one of them can be stressed about finances, stressed about, maybe feeling like you have to work overtime, but you don't really want to. That causes stress. Or just having that debt, hanging over your head, or that bill that came in. It affects everybody differently. But things seem to be very, very loving and nurturing in your home environment, your close circle of friends, however it applies. But that is definitely like where you get your nurturing from, how you take care of yourself, the roof over your head, meeting obligations. It's all looking very, very emotionally supportive. Whoa. Well, it could involve a younger fire sign again. This is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And they're also very supportive and generous. This is often like a younger, or if they're not physically younger, they could be a less experienced person. So I don't always like to say the Jack is a younger person, but maybe just by a couple of years. We're not talking a huge age difference, but there could be a younger person around you who is acting as a very good friend at this time. I'm not seeing it connected to romance or love. I feel like it's more of a support, since it definitely came out right after the Four of Hearts energy. You see, I see some kind of connection there. Any more information? Oh, this just popped out. Yeah. So this is the first inkling of some kind of heartache or disappointment. It doesn't have to be heartache on the traumatic level of marriage ending or huge loss in some way. I think you're coming out of this. Actually, let me retract that. That's not exactly right. The impression I'm getting is you still care. Okay, let's start here. You still carry around some kind of disappointment and loss. Not on a huge traumatic level. Like I said, this is not that deep, dark energy like when someone passes away or something really traumatic has happened, something devastating, but you still have some pain and disappointment. Not sure who that's wrapped up with. It could be with this fire sign energy. Maybe somebody around you has disappointed you in the past and you're still kind of experiencing that. But things are looking very good for you emotionally. I still want to say that this is you, not necessarily a outside influence, that water energy. I'm feeling very strongly that it's you, especially because it came out with the Ten of Hearts. So, even though you're emotionally strong, you still have a pain or disappointment in your heart. I wonder if the advice here is going to address that. Let's go ahead and look at advice. Really pulled in that direction. Advice for Virgo. Now that they've had these great changes in their life to bring great abundance and decisions to be made around income, finance, and also great happiness. First card out is the colorized Joker, the Magician card. Second one, yeah, you couldn't make this up. You saw me shuffling here. This is the black and white Joker, the Fool card. We have the Jack of Hearts. This is coming out pretty quickly. Cards, okay. Wow. Now this is taking on a pretty dramatic turn here for the advice, so give me 1 second to absorb. With the Queen of Spades, I always see this when it's an advice, okay? You're being advised to keep quiet about something. It's also air energy. I'll just throw it in there. It's not necessarily an outside person. No, not at all. But it is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. I'd just like to mention that. But this person is very tight-lipped, reserved. They don't express everything that's going on. And you can almost see it's kind of that hermit energy. So that would be a better way of phrasing that. Not necessarily keeping your mouth shut, but, be in hermit mode. But this is very interesting here because with all these jokers, you got a lot up in the air for some reason at the moment. Or it's asking you not to attach yourself, let's say, to any outcome or expectation. I didn't see new starts come out, but with the black and white joker, you do have the Fool card also wrapped up in this, and that does indicate new starts. Honestly, Virgo, that's just about letting things go as they may, letting things unfold as they may, and having that open energy of accepting and receiving whatever materializes, whatever starts to form. In other words, don't interfere with it. And that's very strong. I'm sure you can understand that with both jokers being out here. And I will say this colorized joker is also the Magician card. That is the divine energy of the universe coming in and orchestrating things. And I like to believe in your favor, because I don't believe the universe works against us ever, even when it seems that way. And here you go with the Jack of Hearts. This is about being open and vulnerable, wearing your heart in your sleeve. Again, open energy. This is this very strong advice for some reason. Having open energy, but also keeping to yourself in some manner. And it's almost, I'm going to say this is almost meditative, contemplative, more in that sense than like not telling people what's going on. It's about being internally focused. Any more cards of advice for Virgo? That's actually your card, Virgo, the Hermit card. So I think you will not have any problems keeping things to yourself or being internally focused. Any more cards of advice? That was quite the load there. Yeah. So this is stress and worry. I think this is going to go along with the territory of things being up in the air. So, okay, the indication here is that things will seem very unsettled going forward into July. That's going to create stress and worry. You're going to feel like you're being pulled in a couple of different directions. Again, being internally focused and contemplative will help you during this time. Strong advice here. Okay, I hope you're getting all that and it all makes sense. But keep your heart open at the same time. That's actually kind of challenging. It can be. Now, the Four of Clubs talks about things being very balanced, again, in your home life. So you don't have any worries there. You had the Four of Hearts earlier, which is, it's covered up at the moment, but that's that love and support and care. This is just about things being generally on the even keel. You don't have any drama going on. You don't have any worries. You know, you're able to keep things going from day to day. Any more cards of advice? Okay, Five of Spades and the Nine of Spades. So the pain that came up earlier, and that was the only indication, just as a little recap. The Seven of Hearts, disappointment and loss. Usually around a person, I don't know if I mentioned that. There was something here very disappointing to you and painful, because the Nine of Spades tells me that's completed. That was in your past, I feel like. I don't know how far back. But because it came up in your advice, I am pretty certain I'm talking to a Virgo that went through something and they're on their rise up at the moment with all this healthy emotional energy, finances looking very good. Very tricky message here, but with the Five of Spades, it's an indication to break yourself off from that. You have to let go of that in some way. That is the breakup card, but I'm not seeing it around a person. I think it's about this completion. The Nine of Spades is a completion. It's in your past. I think you're being asked to let that go. And things being up in the air again are going to have you a little bit on pins and needles, a little bit stressed and worried. So expect that. I think when I see advice like that, it seems counterintuitive, but I think if we're a little bit prepared, perhaps it won't hit us as harshly. We won't have as much trouble dealing with it. So I see that as a helpful message in that sense, to expect that little bit of stress and worry, because there's a lot of up in the air energy with these jokers. And also the Fool energy again, let's not forget, keeping your heart open and knowing you're on a new start, vulnerability, and going internal. Yeah. Whatever has transpired in the past, let it go. But that is the end of your reading. I'm not feeling any need to go any further with this. Pretty profound changes are probably going to happen, though, with things being up in the air. And like I said, that's going to make, I think, with the Three of Spades, I'll just emphasize again, I think you're going to feel a little bit unsure, unstable, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think that's the bottom line here. But let go of that past, whatever that was. It's time to let that go. And I don't think you're holding on to it too tight, because like I said, not a lot came out. All you had was that Seven of Hearts. All right, I am done. I appreciate you being here. I hope this helped. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you wouldn't mind. It always helps the channels, not just mine, but any channel, to support us in that way. It's absolutely free. Also want to remind you, I do offer private readings now. If you're interested in that, you can see the description box for the information on how to contact me. Yeah, I think I'm going to let it go there. I was thinking I might do an extended for this, but the answer I'm hearing is it's not necessary. Okay. Thank you for your time today. I will see you again as soon as I can in July. And take care until I do.